Welcome everyone to the first highlight video for the F1 2017 FRL League Racing. Pretty carnage was this race, I can't deny. If you did catch the stream, you'll know what happened, but what I'm going to do is after each stream, which is on a Monday, on a Wednesday, I've got it planned out that I'll do the highlights. Today is not a Wednesday, as I have said, but I've been really busy this week, so got a space today in the schedule, so I thought I'd bring it out today. So, Spa, it's halfway through the season already. I'm not too sure about what the standings are looking like, to be perfectly honest with you, so I'll try and find those out for the next episode. But I came into this league with 6 months without playing this game. 6 months with hardly picking up F1. I think I'd played it maybe 3 or 4 times just because I wanted to focus on exams, and I put away my Xbox, and so really this race was my first real competitive race of the year, to be perfectly honest with you. So I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't really know where my pace would be compared to these guys that most of them I'd never raced before. So I was really looking forward to it. I was really happy that it was Spa, one of my favourite tracks on the F1 game, so I thought that was going to be great. However, as you can see, we jumped into qualifying and it was wet pretty much straight away, so that was a little bit annoying, a bit of a pain. Something that I seemed to struggle with, because I did do a few practice laps, to be honest with you, before. I seemed to be struggling with traction the whole time, so on this game was the first game I'd swapped over to medium traction, and instantly in this qualifying it seemed to be an issue. We did try and do a run on the super softs, but it was too wet, which meant our final run was the only run we were able to do. You can see here coming around the final corner, P15, open up the DRS, what can we get? Absolutely gobsmacked. I was absolutely gobsmacked to come around the corner, P2, P3 in the end, but one flying lap, a lap which wasn't completely clean. I was very happy with that indeed. Now, usually, I wouldn't even bother showing the formation lap. This is sort of the point where I'd go straight to the start of the race, get you guys hyped, get you guys pumped for the race. Now, you're starting to think, why is he showing us the formation lap? Well, getting back into position here, passing the Force India to get back into 3rd place. And oh my god, one of the most embarrassing moments I've ever had. I'm not going to lie, I get quite nervous for these races, to be honest with you, which sounds really bad, but I really want to do well. And because I'm streaming as well, I want to do well for you guys, but as you can see, sent straight to the grid, grass on the tyres, we head to 5 lights, and we barely get away. What's going on? What's going on? The grass on the tyres has absolutely screwed us. We're getting swamped by everyone on the grid. Contact between the McLaren getting a bit feisty. We nearly spin it around through the first corner and heading towards Eau Rouge. We're already down to P9, about to be P10 as this McLaren looked up the inside. We just hold it around the outside of Eau Rouge, thinking better of it. We've now got a Mercedes in front of us. This is not the start we wanted. We look to the left, we get squeezed onto the grass. Incredibly there, we move to the right, the Mercedes, we look up the inside. It's going to be side by side at the end of the Kemmel Straight. Can we get the move done? That was the real question mark here as he gets his elbows out, tries to push me off the road, but we managed to just about sneak up the inside. He's still side by side, the Mercedes, could go around the outside as carnage continues to ensue up in front, but we managed to get P8, which really is so gutting. We've now got Upstage Body in front of us, the man who invited me to the league. Welcome, hello if you're watching. We try and look up the inside, we try and get back around the outside, almost a double move in the braking zone, but unfortunately he does run a bit wide. We managed to get the move done there on the Williams. FORL Toby also gets past the Williams as well. So really, this was utter carnage, and then there's contact between the Sauber and the other Mercedes. It was really a proper carnage race on this opening lap, and I really did not have a clue what to expect from this race. Going into it, I was speaking to one of my mates beforehand, and we were discussing what do we think I was going to get. You know, there's 22 drivers in qualifying, we ended up with 16 at the end of the first lap. And, you know, qualifying in P3, going down to P9, and back up to P5, all I wanted in this race was a P5, you know. Didn't really know the skills of these guys, didn't really know what my skills were going to be like, and so I said, you know, if I can get some solid points, that would be fantastic. So P5 would be the absolute pinnacle. Moving on to lap 2 then, and people already coming into the pits. F1 Ben deciding to bail out early on those ultra soft tyres. This was going to be something that I hadn't really thought about too much, my strategy, to be honest with you. I wanted to do qualifying on the super softs, try and do a one stop, but it didn't happen, which meant we went on to the ultras to start with. Someone else coming in there on lap 3, and my strategy, the initial strategy that the game gives you, was lap 5. So lap 4, BOR Bottas comes in, and like I said, my experience with this game is pretty limited at the moment, so I thought I'd made the correct decision on going for that last lap, going for that 5th lap. I was very wrong. I was very wrong indeed. Heading down to Pouhon, run it a bit right. We go completely off the throttle, but then we get it all wrong and into the wall. Oh my God, it's just completely embarrassing to watch. 100%. 6 months ago, that mistake would have not have been made. But for me in this race, tyre wear was such an issue. And all that work we'd done to get back up into P5, which ended up being P3 after people had come in, had been completely thrown away. And we come out of this stop back down in P9 with it all to do once again. So, you know what? I was utterly deflated at this point. We started P3, we threw it away on the formation lap. You know, I thought personally my reaction was pretty good, as you can see on screen here, Echo Plague's disconnected, so that was back up into P8. But personally, I thought my start wasn't too bad, but it was completely bogged down because of that rookie mistake on the formation lap. So already we're into a recovery drive mode, but also I was interested to see what sort of pace I had to these guys in race pace, you know, all on different strategies. So it would definitely be interesting to see how far up the grid I could get. It was also interesting to see if I could make these soft tyres last, something that I never used to be very good at, was looking after my tyres. But I thought this would be a race where, you know what, we're going to have to do it. We're going to have to give it a go. So we were hunting down the Ferrari, then up Eau Rouge, lap 8, closing in on him a lot on the past few laps. He gets it all wrong, into the wall. He's going to be disappointed with that. Is Tom Folks, definitely. That was a pretty monster crash from him there. Something that we were really lucky as we nearly drop it again through Pouhon. We were really lucky not to crash out. There's another driver with contact there with the wall, I believe. Forza TDM. Everyone in this race seems to be really struggling with running wide and the barriers. But lap 10, first real chance of an on-track overtake. BOR Leclerc in the Sauber makes, I believe, his first stop starting on the supers. He's got fresh tyres, but they're cold tyres, so this was our first chance, our only real chance of getting past the Sauber DRS down the Kemmel straight. We're going to look up the inside, but I knew in myself there was no real point with fighting this guy. I want to look after my tyres, so I've almost pulled a little dummy but I didn't really want to get past him fighting, losing tyre wear. So you see him now just going off into the distance, but my teammate on the right there, you might just be able to see him into the wall where we crashed earlier. Another man out of this race. Only lap 11 halfway through, and we're already down to 11 races. We bottle it once again at the top of Eau Rouge. Can I say anything else? Can I say anything else? Absolutely gutted. Up into P5, we'd worked ourselves. We now fall down into P6, but it doesn't matter because we're missing half a front wing. So we get round to the pits in P7 now, and amazingly, this is going to be our quickest stop in the league so far, which I believe is going to be an 8-second stop, 9-second stop. I could not believe it. And at this stage, I was so gutted. I'd thrown it all away once again. And could I make a set of super softs last almost 10 laps? Well, that was going to be the next question. Lap 16, 2 laps later, someone has bottled it halfway up Eau Rouge. I don't know how they've done that. I don't know how they've managed to crash there, but they did. And hey, it's another position back up into P6. So at this stage, I was thinking, what is going to work? What is going to happen? And another driver is off, and it's BOR Leclerc, someone who was really in a big position to win this race, and we're up into P5. But I can't lie with you guys. After that, lap 16, absolutely nothing. Just trying to look after the tyres. It almost became a tyre management sim, to be honest with you. But I knew I was catching up stage body. I could see in front, we got a driver here. We were really catching him, and I thought This was upstage body. I thought I'd really hounded him down, but no, it was Echo Plays from earlier who had disconnected. So that was a bit annoying, to be honest with you. But I did know I was catching upstage body, and lap 21, what a gift from the gods after a really difficult race. A really embarrassing performance, to be honest with you. So many little errors, just completely long pit stops. We managed to pass upstage body and get P4. Only 9 drivers remain, but that is incredible. That is incredible. P4 after all of that. I was happy, but disappointed at the same time. I really was. A little bit of a celebration wiggle at the end to complete my first ever league race. P4 in the first ever race. You know what? If you'd have told me that before going into it, I'd have been chuffed. I really would have. But after that race, could have been a podium. I think it really could have. And despite at the end of the race, we were considerably far behind. You look at the timings, but when you also think, you know, lap 1, losing all that time instantly to the leaders, then that first crash on the outside of Pouon, just that whole lap getting back to the pits, that's half a lap. Then the pit stop itself. Then the second crash at Eau Rouge, getting back to the pits. It really was. And to see all the guys who finished in front of me, qualified behind, that was even more annoying to see, to be honest with you. But guys, at the end of the day, I really enjoyed my first race. It was annoying, I cannot lie, but I'm really looking forward to the next one, which I believe is Monza, which will be streamed live next Monday, and highlights will be coming out next Wednesday. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this quick highlights video. I'd love to know your thoughts on ways of improving this, but I just thought I'd do a quick sort of commentary on just telling you guys what happened, what carnage went on. To be honest with you, not much wheel-to-wheel racing, which is something that I was, you know, a few question marks over if I'd sort of still got any skills with wheel-to-wheel racing. But we saw it on the opening lap with the Mercedes, but after that, nothing really. So I'd love to know your thoughts on the race. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.